Hello viewers, in this video I'm going to explain the implications brought about by the latest changes to CERB rules announced by the federal government. As most of you may be aware that the federal government has come up with a resolution of the controversy related to gross and net income issue raised by the CERB recipients. However, a critical analysis of the CERB eligibility rules show that the problem is not fully resolved. So watch this video to the end to understand the technical loopholes in the government statement. We know that how the controversy arose on the part of self-employed individuals regarding the $5,000 income threshold set by the government for CERB eligibility. And many self-employed people took it as gross income of $5,000, that is $5,000 business revenues, without deducting any business expenses. Since there were no clear guidelines offered by the CRA, at least in the initial few weeks, so this loophole enabled many self-employed people to claim CERB based on gross business revenues of $5,000. However, later the CRA issued letters to many self-employed people to repay the CERB benefits because the criteria of $5,000 of minimum income was set for net business income and not the gross revenues. Now, the federal government has clarified that all those self-employed people who claimed CERB based on $5,000 gross business revenues under a genuine mistake will not be required to pay it back, provided they meet all other eligibility criteria. I repeat, they meet all other eligibility criteria. Besides, those recipients who have already returned the CERB money to the government will be paid back. This may be a great relief to many CERB recipients. However, this government announcement has some implications that must be explored. The relaxation shown by the federal government asserts that the CERB recipients must meet all other criteria for CERB payment. There are at least two such criteria under CERB where there is a trade-off, and it may become problematic for many self-employed people to justify it even if they have earned gross business revenues of $5,000 to claim CERB. The first criteria relates to stopped working or worked with reduced hours. As we know that this criterion asks you to certify that either you stopped working due to COVID-19 or your hours of work reduced because of COVID-19. This certification on the part of each CERB recipient is implicitly an acknowledgement of the fact that with reduced hours, your business income must have reduced when compared with pre-COVID-19 situation. To make it more objective, this may imply that with reduced hours of say 30%, the post-CERB income must also reduce by 30% when compared with income earned in pre-pandemic times. Second eligibility rule said you can earn up to $1,000 during each CERB eligibility period. Now, while the second criteria enables you to earn up to $1,000 during each CERB application period of 4 weeks without losing the benefit of CERB, however, this criterion must be in harmony with the first criterion of income earned with reduced hours of work. This could be a problematic issue in certain cases, as I will demonstrate later. Now, the question arises why the two criteria may not be reconciled in every situation. Well, to fulfill both these criteria, the recipient of CERB during the COVID-19 pandemic must have earned less than what he or she earned as income in 2019. The CR may apply rule of proportional decline in business revenues based on reduced hours claimed by the CERB recipients. Now, let us assume that if a CERB recipient earned a gross income or revenues of only $5,000 in 2019, while he or she also earned say $900 during each eligibility period of CERB, making the total to $6,300 in the 7 eligibility periods. Then how will you reconcile earning more than $5,000 during reduced hours of work? On the one hand, you certify that your hours of work have reduced when compared with pre-COVID-19 situation, when you only earned a gross business revenue of $5,000, while with reduced hours of work, you have earned more than $5,000, that is $6,300 in our assumption, while receiving CERB benefit. How will CERB recipients in such type of situations justify that they meet both the CERB criteria of reduced hours of work and a proportional reduction in business income? It may lead to another controversy if the CRA starts probing cases on this ground, which is highly likely after the federal government's statement that all other eligibility criteria must be met by the CERB recipients. And the question arises, is the CERB gross income controversy resolved? Definitely it is not resolved. There is one such example where the CRA may target people once they have filed their 2020 personal income tax returns. So the problem is yet not completely resolved. I have only provided food for thought to the viewers without being pessimistic. It may therefore be prudent for such CERB recipients to engage an expert tax advisor before filing their 2020 personal income tax and benefits returns. I hope you enjoyed this video. For future updates, you may like to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for notification alerts. Thank you for watching.